Hi, thanks for joining me. So I would like to hopefully do a quick video here. Video response to Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. He posted a question, could you recommend some anime for me? And I can't not do a video response to this. I was just going to do a comment, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't. So I want to just respond to you directly with some recommendations. If you want to check out his video here, it's short. He basically just asks, like, you know, he watched Vampire Hunter D with his wife just the other night. I guess it's something he had seen before, and he liked it. It sounded like it rekindled a little bit of nostalgia for him. So he asked specifically, like, for some recommendations of some old school stuff, kind of along those lines. And honestly, these kind of recommendations I find they're hard to make, because it's kind of like, oh, I'm getting back into listening to music. Do you guys have any music that you would recommend to me? It's so personal. It's so personal to you. But I'm going to try, just based on what you've said, to recommend a couple things that I think you might like. So what we have is Galaxy Express 999. You said you'd seen some of the big stuff like Akira. I think Galaxy Express 999 you can actually you can say in the same breath. This is an amazing piece of cinema. It's an amazing movie. It's a really kind of traditional hero's journey at its core, and it's about a boy who his mother is killed. He's a revenge story. He's out for revenge, and he has an opportunity to sort of see his desires realized, and it's kind of figuratively and literally represented by a train ride through outer space on the Galaxy Express. And it's kind of about the choices that he makes in his journey, and there's some ironic twists to it. It's a really interesting movie, and I think you would really like this. Definitely kind of it's actually from the very late 70s, but it really holds up today, and they just finally released this on DVD like last year. They took forever, but this is an amazing classic. Additionally, because you like vampires, we have Vampyre Princess Mew. Now, this is part of the original 4-episode OAV series. I do have the TV series, which I haven't seen a whole lot of, but forget about that. This, in particular, if you like vampires, you might have seen this already. It has amazing music. This is by Kenji Kawai, and he's a fantastic composer. He did the music for Ghost in the Shell. But this, at its core, it's about a vampire princess who she has this protector. I believe its name is Larva. And so it's kind of about them, and it's these 4 little vignettes. They're really bittersweet about, like, people who, you know, become vampires or want to become vampires, or it's a very Japanese take on the vampire mythos, and it's just really cool. So if you haven't seen this, I think you'd really like this a lot. There's 2 DVDs to this. This is the first 2 AVs, and the other one has 2 more. You know, this is something that's huge, that it sort of goes beyond the confines of anime or genre or anything like that. That's Evangelion. You might have seen some of this already or encountered it. But if you haven't, it is worth watching the original, like, 26-episode TV series with a movie and all that junk. But if you don't have time for that, they're redoing these as movies. They're basically redoing the series in 4 movies. They're changing stuff up. They've added things. They've taken stuff out. It's different, but it retains the spirit and what makes the original great. And I really like these. So I would recommend, if you want to check it out, this is the first movie, Evangelion, You Are Not Alone. This is 1.11. There's a 2. These are like the reboots. I forget what 2 is. You Cannot Advance or something like that. And then there's the 3rd one isn't out yet. It should be out early this spring, and the 4th one, I don't even know if it's come out in Japan yet. But I would definitely recommend that you give that a look if you haven't, for, like, kind of big, epic. It's essentially it's kind of a psychological examination of the characters, honestly, and it's Freudian, and but it all takes place within the confines of a giant robot show. It's kind of like a weird take on a giant robot show, but that's essentially what it is. So there's battles. You have, like, humanity is fighting for, it's continued existence against these. They're called angels. It's a really interesting thing. There's a lot of bizarre like Christian mythology in it and stuff. It's very interesting. I would recommend you give that a look if you haven't. And the last thing is decidedly less old school, but I think that you would like this. If nothing else, I love this dearly. This is Death Note. I've got the whole series here. You actually, well, sorry, this isn't the whole series. There's two box sets. It's a 52 episode series, but this I think you can watch the first 2 episodes, I believe, and you'll know if you want to watch the rest of the series, and it's absolutely worth it. There's a little bit of a lull. There's kind of a slow spot in the middle. The premise of this is that a death god is the idea of like grim reapers or something like that actually exist to take people's lives, and they do it by writing the name of the person that they're going to kill in a notebook. And so this death god, being bored, drops his notebook into the human world and just sees what happens. So it's picked up by a boy, a student. He's kind of brilliant, really smart, like not like straight A's, like best in the country sort of a student. And he gets curious about this notebook and starts to use it. And it's a 52 episode series about that. That's utterly amazing. I love the characters and just like what they basically take a really simple idea and they just keep it going out to its, I mean, I'd say its logical conclusion, but it took really creative minds to come up with this. It will keep you guessing. It'll keep you thinking. It'll make you feel smart just watching it. And it's a really kind of epic, amazing ride. I think it's stupendously gripping. I'd call it like a thriller. Essentially, what it boils down to, I'd say almost like a cop drama, where you're actually following the criminal as he's trying to like avoid being caught, and the cops as they're trying to catch him. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I talked forever. I'm so sorry. Those are my recommendations for you, man. Let me know if you watch some stuff and what you think of it, and if you even if it's not this stuff, I'm just curious. I think it's fun seeing you get interested in that. And anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time.